I was just in the middle of painting my John boat. Still got wet paint on here, but my buddy Alec just called me and said his bees are swarming, which means it's my opportunity to get some bees. So I'm gonna hop in my car real quick and we gonna catch some bees. I want bees because they make honey. So Alec told me the way that it works is he has a beehive, and once there's so many bees that keep getting born and the hive is full, I guess the bees think that their job is done, and half of the bees will swarm off and usually fly 20, 30, 40 yards away and swarm like up in a tree or something in a big ball. And then they send out like 4 or 5 scout bees that fly around and look for a new place to start a hive to put the new queen. And that's basically how bees split. They swarm off. One hive gets too big, they split in half, and then the new swarm looks for a place to build their hive to where they can make their honey and all that goodness. And apparently when they swarm like this, it happens real quick and you gotta get them. So I'm driving over to Alex right now real quick, and hopefully we can catch that swarm, because I've been wanting a beehive so I can make some honey for our catch and cooks. Let's see if we can get one. There's the swarm up there.
This is the original beehive that reached max capacity, so half the bees swarmed off to look for a new place to build a hive. And that swarm can be seen sitting in the tree right above their original home. This right here is called a nuke box, and it contains 5 of these honeycomb racks that the bees can use for storing eggs, pollen, and eventually honey. We're going to try and capture this swarm and put it inside of this box. Eventually the nuke box will go inside of a bigger wooden beehive box with more honeycomb racks, but to start a new swarm, we just start with the small nuke box. Luckily, Alec has a forklift. That's gonna help a lot to get this swarm.
Yeah. They're probably wondering what's going on up there. Damn. What are you gonna put the bees in?
I'm probably gonna get a piece of wood and put it up there on the porch and put the hive up there for now.
Alec trims away some branches to make it easier to get to the swarm.
It's looking much better up there. Yeehaw. That's a lot of bees above your head.
Quite a few.
With the branches out of our way, I decide to climb up to get a closer look at the swarm before we try and catch them. And for the record, this is a little out of my comfort zone. I'm not wearing any kind of protective gear at all.
Come to daddy, little bees.
Right now, this swarm is protecting the queen, which is somewhere inside. Meanwhile, there are a handful of drone bees flying around looking for a good spot to build their new home. We need to catch the queen and put her in the nuke box before they find a new home and all fly away.
Alrighty then.
Alec places the nuke box under them, and now he's going to try and shake the branch, get the bees to fall into a bucket, and then pour them into the nuke box. And hopefully he can get the queen in there, and then the swarm will be captured.
Good luck. Holy... There's bees everywhere down here now.
They'll come back up.
Wow.
I'll give them a second to reorient. What we're looking for is bees on top of the nuke fanning. And I see a few. It looks like they're fanning. Usually takes them a minute or two.
And that means they like the area?
The fanning is basically the bees telling all the rest of the bees that the queen is here.
Oh, okay.
A lot of these bees are going straight back up because that's where they know they should be.
Mm-hmm.
But judging by the fanning here, she's already in here.
Well, freaking good shot. One try. Let's see what kind of, oh my God, they're flying around everywhere. Don't worry, bees, I'm your friend. I am here to be your friend.
A lot of the bees still remained on the tree, which means we probably didn't get the queen into the box. The swarm will follow the queen, so if they're not all going into the box yet, then chances are the queen isn't in there yet. So Alec tries a couple more times to get the queen.
Yeah, they're pretty friendly. I thought for sure I was gonna get, at least one of us was gonna get lit up.
That's the thing. You never know until you shake it that first time if they're gonna be friendly or not.
You see a queen up there?
I don't see her. It's pretty tough.
What do you think? She's in there?
Judging by the entrance, they're all fanning at the entrance. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna put the top on so she's trapped in.
Mission accomplished. Sweet.
You can see the bees sticking their butts in the air and fanning their wings at the entrance of the hive. This fanning action blows the pheromones of the queen bee out of the hive and into the air, so the rest of the bees know where the queen is. Because of the bees fanning like this, we know we've caught the queen. Now, the rest of the bees that are up in the tree are going to end up coming down and going into the hive.
And they're all leaving.
We're going to come back in several hours when it's dark to transport the bees to my house. Okay, it's go time. Alec gets in the forklift and he's going to lower the hive back down to us. We got to be real careful because if that hive tips over, that's bad news.
If it falls, run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into the house.
House, shed, whatever it takes.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's not lifting, right?
No, it looks good now.
I think we're good.
Yeah, looks like it. Hello, my little friends. Look at them all.
What was that?
Perfect.
This is a bee smoker. It's filled with burning wood and leaves to create smoke.
Love the smell of fire. So the smoke pushes them back into the.
Mm-hmm.
Why does smoke mellow them out?
It just masks the pheromones too.
Oh.
Like they like emit pheromones when they want to attack and like team up and stuff. And when the smoke's out, yeah, they don't like it for sure. But it also triggers like a reaction to, they think the place is burning down, so they want to go get all their honey.
That should hold them in there. If we got in a car accident and the whole hive blew out, we're like pinned in there with a bunch of bees stinging us.
What killed him? The car crash? The bees.
The bees. Oh, shh.
There's a lot in there. It's heavy.
Yeah? Damn. Got bees? There's one flying after you. He's like, wait for me.
Sweet. All right, let's close the door so all the lights are off.
I hear him buzzing around in here. Welcome to your new home. You got it?
Yeah. This, probably not too long ago. Sweet. All good?
Yep. Are we gonna get swarmed?
Probably not. Again, a fresh hive like this. If we were transporting an established hive, they'd be very upset about this. But these guys are just looking for a home. That's it.
They're so docile, they're just sitting there.
Don't turn around. There you
Good night, little bugs.
The next morning, I see lots of activity. The bees are already comfortable in their new home, coming and going on forage missions to bring fresh pollen back to the hive. The sea grape tree that I have right behind the hive has juicy little flowers that are just loaded with pollen, and I see the bees have already found it. Well, that didn't take long at all. They fill sacks with pollen on their back legs and bring these back to the hive. You can see these big pollen sacs right here on this bee. Sometimes they're white, yellow, red, orange. Depending what flower they got their pollen from, it can come in all sorts of colors. These bees sure are working hard, and this bee is so excited to get back outside to find more pollen, he trips on himself on the way out. You go, bees. My cat Elliot even found the beehive and approached it with caution. He didn't get stung this time, but hopefully he doesn't have to learn the hard way.
Well, there's my bees just bringing pollen from the sea grapes and the coconut trees, and all day long they just go out, get pollen, bring it back to their nest. There's 5 trays in there that they're gonna honeycomb up, and in about a month I'm gonna put them in a bigger box with more honeycombs for them to fill. And the honeycombs at the top of the box, those are the ones we're gonna harvest. Get to it, my little busy bees. I used to not be a big bee fan, but it's kind of like I used to not like snakes, so I got a pet snake to get over it. Same thing with the bees. I've never liked flying insects coming at me, but I've been watching them every day and they're actually pretty cool. But it's time for a boat update, and not just a John boat update, but my main boat. We'll start with the John boat. She's done getting painted. I got the sea deck templates cut out. That's gonna get glued on. I got black floors, beige walls. Here's the floorboards that I cut out. The black side is the bottom. And then this side is also gonna get the marine foam decking. That's the main floorboard. That's the bow. And then that's the front. So there'll be a floorboard in here. There'll be a floorboard here. And then a floorboard up here. This bad boy is going to be sweet. This boat's been more work than I could have ever imagined a John boat being. But you want to talk about a lot of work? I haven't uploaded a video in a while, and this is why. So this is a before picture of what it looked like down here. This is my workshop. You can see I had a ton of wood jammed up under the workbench. There's just stuff everywhere. Then the other half of the room, there's just stuff everywhere. Everything's in disarray. You can't hardly even walk in here. Just a lot of projects going on, but check it out now. Holy smokes. I built a whole shelving unit. I got all my boxes. These are old wine boxes, just full, and they're all labeled so you know what's in what. Like I got my wood screws, all my nuts and bolts, plumbing and soldering. Everything is freaking organized. Work table, we're gonna be filming a lot of how-tos on here. This side of the room, I got completely cleaned up. Got the EVA marine deck. That's the decking that I'm getting ready for the John boat. Got some more decking. I did a little Dremel testing, HC and Meow. So I'm learning how to route the sea foam or the sea deck. Bam! The John boat should be done probably next week sometime. I got an engine coming in the mail for it That's supposed to arrive today. Then I'm gonna hook up some electrics to it and it's gonna be ready to go. And you know what else is gonna be ready to go? My freaking offshore boat. So I had the transom completely removed and Tyrone did an awesome job putting a new transom on it, completely closed the transom in, put a dive platform on it, 26 inches by 80 inches. It's a beast in the back and it's looking fabulous. And all they gotta do is mount the engine on it. So that's all I'm waiting on, is them to mount the engine. So I might have my boat back in like a week. It's gonna be funny because I'm gonna go from not having a boat for almost 6 months now to having 2 brand new boats like back to back. I won't even know which one to take. I don't know. Don't look behind me. It's still a little messy back there, but that's for a different story, different time. Honestly, probably like 70% of that stuff is like life jackets, buoys, and stuff that I'm gonna take out of here once I get my boat back, and everything's gonna come together like a slice of pie. Good things are about to happen. I'm really excited. But yep, that's what I've been busy with. And as soon as the boats are back, it is gonna be cranking fishing video action. I'm gonna be running offshore and back to normal. Back to what you guys want, back to what I want, going out and catching some fish. Thanks for watching this little update video. I'll be keeping you updated on my beehive. Until next time, cheers.